Just like the journey you are taking your readers through in your book, you are on your own author journey. And taking the time to discover what that author journey and path looks like for you is one of the most important things you can do as an author. It will define and impact everything you do moving forward, or cause you to pivot if you're already a seasoned author and want to go down a different path. So it will dictate how you create your brand, what kinds of books you want to write, how you will market them and tell the story of you and your books as an author, and the type of audience that you want to reach. Your author path is the vision of what you want to be, what you want to become, and in a sense, the legacy that you want to leave. I'm Zach Kristensen, and this is Beyond the Book, presented by Juxtabook. Now, there are many different paths for an author to choose from, and each path is unique to an author, although there are many similarities. So let's dive into some practical steps of what that will look like for you to discover your author path. First is to self-reflect on what you want to do and become as an author. Consider how being an author is going to help and fulfill you personally. Will it fulfill some type of creative need? Do you have a story that needs to be expressed? Do you want to have some type of financial success and move into this full time as a writer and author in your career? Another thing to look at is the type of books that you want to write. What genres do you want to write books in? You don't have to pick one. You can create a unique blend that represents your authentic self. Another step that will dictate your author journey is exploring the different publishing options. Whether you decide to go and look at traditional publishing, self-publishing, or hybrid publishing, you'll want to understand the different trade-offs associated with each. All of this is connected with your author brand, so you want to be able to understand what your author brand looks like. Your books influence what your author brand is and are a showcase of that brand. Your books are not your author brand. So taking the time to figure out what message do I want to send to those who read my books of what type of author I am. Do you want to be an author that taps into different aspects of who a person is, how they think, how they feel, and how are you going to bring those things out of the reader so that they can resonate and understand the work that you do is important. As you continue to explore your author brand, look at those that you admire, network with people, find industry professionals, other writers or mentors that you can learn from their experiences to further define your author path. Look at your time and resources. What kind of time do you have available to write, to build your author brand? What kind of financial resources do you currently have so that you're able to figure out what's realistic for you to build and invest your writing career and what time it will take? Having a group of untrusted individuals that you can bounce ideas off of that can review and critique your work. Find those individuals that are invested in you and that you can invest in them as well if they're going down a similar path as you. This will create a feedback loop through these beta readers, writing groups, and other online communities. And as you go through each of these steps, it's not going to necessarily be a clear path of how to get where you want to go. Your goal here is to figure out what kind of author journey you want to go on towards a certain author destination. Now, there's going to be small critiques and pivots and detours along the way, but the more clear that you get, the easier it's going to be to go down that author path. So start today. Sit down, think about what kind of author do you want to be? What kind of path do you want to go down? And then get started. To get help discovering your author path, visit Juxtabook.com to set up your author coaching session today. If you have any questions about a recent episode, I'd love to hear from you. Visit Juxtabook.com/Beyond the Book and click the appropriate button to leave your question, and we will include it in our weekly Q&A episode. Your book is just one chapter in your author journey. Think beyond the book as you craft your path. Thank you for your questions, and thank you for listening.